Your class just released your classroom trout into your local waters. What now? While your tank might appear to be clean after releasing your fish, an invasive species might be lurking in the shadows. An invasive species is a non-native plant or animal introduced to a new ecosystem that can cause environmental or economic harm. An invasive species can outcompete native animals for resources like food and space in their natural habitat. In our waterways, we can find invasive species like New Zealand mud snails, goldfish, and even pet turtles. These species found in our waterways can harm our native fish. Aquatic invasive species negatively impact trout because they overpopulate and outcompete other aquatic insects that trout like to eat. Trout that eat New Zealand mud snails gain little nutrition and aren't as healthy as trouts that have a varied diet. So, how could these invasive species get into our classroom tank? Do you remember when you received your classroom fish and they were still eggs? These fish eggs came from a hatchery, where invasive species might hitch a ride on the trout eggs. When we don't properly clean the classroom fish tank after each group of fish, these invasive species can be carried year after year in our aquarium rock, filters, and even in the bodies of our trout. Ultimately, this means spreading into our aquatic ecosystems. To prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species, your teacher will follow these 5 steps to protect our local watershed. First, remove the rock and gravel from the tanks and clean the dirt off of them. Make sure to remove all organic matter and dirt with cold tap water. Organic dirt, such as fish poop and dead fish, can drastically reduce the effectiveness of the bleach on the equipment. These rocks only need to be rinsed with water, no soap is needed. To get rid of excess dirt on the rocks, rinse and soak for 30 seconds with fresh water 3 times to ensure a thorough clean. Dispose of all contaminated fish tank water outside onto some nearby dirt or grass away from a storm drain. Step 2. Boil gravel and rocks in plain water at a rolling boil for 10 to 20 minutes. Let the rocks dry and cool completely. Step 3. Make the bleach solution. When making the bleach solution, remember, bleach has a shelf life. The bleach solution is very toxic to fish and should be rinsed off very thoroughly before using the equipment with the fish. Step 4. Add the bleach solution to the tank and soak all equipment for at least 1 hour. Step 5. Properly dispose of the bleach solution onto an area that won't drain into storm drains, which all lead to our local lakes and streams. Normally, we should not pour chemicals onto the ground, since all chemicals should be filtered through our wastewater treatment facility. However, if the water is contaminated with an invasive species like the New Zealand mud snail, and this water is emptied into the sink or toilet, these snails could potentially harm your school's plumbing and even enter our wastewater treatment facilities. You are active stewards of your local watershed. By ensuring your class's fish tank is clean, you're releasing fish that won't harm our aquatic ecosystems and won't be spreaders of invasive organisms or their eggs. Thank you for your participation in the Classroom Aquarium Education Program. This message is brought to you by Cal Poly Humboldt environmental science students and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.